So, real or fake? Kanye's comment about 400 years of slavery being a choice is being blown out of proportion. Real or fake?
Being blown out of proportion?
Yeah.
Who starts that off?
I can start it off if you want, but I was asking.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, let Rome start it off.
Right.
Let Rome start it off.
Go ahead, Rome.
Oh, Rome about to go in and panic. Let's go.
I often stand on the opposite side of the
Is
fence.
it morphin time? It's morphin time. I got that from G.
Hey, yo, I'm morphed up, man. Listen, I'm gonna say, I can't say that it's fake only because I understand his words are reckless. So I can't say it's blown out of proportion because you have to make some noise for some shit to happen, right? I was actually thinking about this, like when people say boycott Starbucks. You know what I mean? Because with the Starbucks thing, it's one store, but that brand has to be held accountable for its actions somehow. And if no one if no one says anything about it, it doesn't become an issue, and then they don't take a day off to, induce training or whatever. You know what I mean? So something has to be said to let it be known that his words are reckless, but I think how people are taking it, that's the part that's a little blown out of proportion. Like, when you see a headline that reads, Kanye West believes slavery is a choice, I do not believe that he believes that. I think he was saying something to say something else. You know what I mean? But I don't think that it's the right amount of energy is behind it, but the wrong things being said. The focus is misplaced. So is it blown out of proportion? Maybe it's not blown out of proportion, but I don't agree with being said by the public.
Is it real or fake? You said
so
you pulled a G, nigga. You can't do that.
That statement is real.
All right.
I'm gonna say it's real. It's blown out
That
of
it is
proportion.
being blown out of proportion.
It's real that it's being blown out of
proportion. Yeah. So it's being blown out
I
of
will
proportion.
say this. I actually agree with you.
Okay.
I also believe it's real, but for a different reason.
Okay.
I believe he's a dumbass for saying that shit. However, I think we are stupid as a society to actually care about what this motherfucker got to say about slavery to begin with. To me, he's a regular human being, just like the rest of us. He's not a professor. He's not a politician. He's not a lawmaker. To me, he's literally just an artist, right? So why the fuck do I care about his asinine opinion, right? Now, you are right. I remember he did clear it up on Twitter what he meant, and he was talking about like a mental enslavement of society, right? However, he was still dead ass wrong for saying that dumb shit about 400 years of slavery. And because of that, he should apologize. But again, we're talking about a motherfucker who's mentally ill. And because he's mentally ill, I could give him a pass, But he should shut the fuck up and go back to get some treatment. That's why I'm saying it's real. To me, it's not even necessary. We should just be like, hey, you know what? Kanye, just sit your ass in the corner. It's okay.
Yeah.
So statement's real.
He bought up his 300 acres. He still got some plans.
Right,
nigga.
I mean? Be a real estate guru. And I think he's trolling. To be honest,
that's exactly what I said. That's exactly
my bad.
what I said.
Thoughts, yo.
No.
That nigga's trolling.
You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I said. For that reason, I said that people shouldn't get riled up about what he's saying. Yep. Yeah.
So what do you think, Sheens?
I think that the statement is fake as fuck.
The statement or that it's being overblown?
The fact that it's being blown out of proportion is fake. Like, he's an adult. He said the shit. He knew what he was saying. He knew what he was doing. And he has an album to push. And he has this, shit
Sound like she's getting her back. Remember with the Monique? You about to protest Carl Yeezy? You about to protest Yeezy?
I was saying how Ro was like, he has a song with Travis Scott and Uzi Vert. And it's great. And I was like, yo, I'll never know. I guess I'll never know.
Flex your guns, yo. You tell us right now you done with my mans?
I'm done. I don't Cupid shuffle to R. Kelly at weddings. I don't dance to the shit. I don't listen to it. I don't have to,
Do you listen to Chris Brown?
I don't.
Did you give up on Chris?
Chris is different. Chris is different. Chris is different because he was a kid.
So what
Chris
you
was
saying
different
is when
'cause he
you
was
can
a
dance,
kid.
you get another chance.
Chris was different
You
'cause
want
he was a
chance?
kid.
Dance. That's what she's
Yo,
saying.
but Kanye,
I don't fuck with Fabulous.
But
I don't
Kanye
fuck with
got mental
Fabulous.
illness
There's
problem.
other shit too, huh?
The nigga's addicted to opioids though.
Hold on. No, let me ask you a question. No, can I stop?
So we're like-
Wait.
so we're like-
She's
What
like, yo,
happened?
fuck that
Wait,
bullshit.
can I
Come
say
on.
something?
What
Yes,
happened?
please.
Yes.
Would you give Kanye a second chance if he could dance?
Yeah.
You really think that's what it's boiled down to? Chris Brown is different because
Why? Because he can dance, right? That's the only thing I can think of. Like,
Chris Brown is different because he was a kid. They were both kids.
Okay.
So if he
That's-
does it tomorrow, then you're gonna be like, yo,
If he
fuck
did
Chris
it to,
Brown.
well, you know what? He did it again. Yeah, he did do it to Karuchi, and I was done after
long
that.
as
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Okay.
So you ain't bumping college rapper.
Nah, I'm good. I posted on Facebook. I was like, yo, I'm
Graduation.
Yeah,
It
I
wasn't-
respect it, yo. I respect it.
I'm all
I
set.
respect it.
My beautiful dark twisted fantasies.
Like, I'm the type of person, right? I could listen to the same song like 50 times in a row if I really rock with it. I still go back and listen to Little Brother. I still go back and I listen to like Dilla. I still even go back and listen to the Bee Gees. I
Watch the
never
Throne.
Watch the
never
Throne.
go back.
Y'all
I know he
yo,
did.
low-key,
I
fuck
know.
with the Bee
I
Gees,
know.
too.
Paris.
I know.
Yo.
I know.
Yo, Dispo, what you
It was
think,
just
yo?
good while it lasted. That's
I
all.
just can't go
all right, so I'm going to jump
can
into
do
this real quick and immediately start off by saying I think it's being overblown.
Okay.
And so I think it's real.
Word.
I'm going to tell you why I think it's real.
Okay.
Working in courthouses throughout the state of Massachusetts, sometimes people want to represent themselves. They say, I want to be a pro se. I want to represent myself. I want to handle this case. When I watch Kanye West in that TMZ interview, when I look at his mannerisms, when I look at the way he was talking, how he was talking about how he was addicted to opioids, and when I look at the way he was speaking and acting in his statements, if he was in the courtroom saying he wanted to represent himself on that day, I would ask to go sidebar with the judge and say, I don't believe this guy's mentally competent to understand the consequences of his actions today. So I don't believe he's in a state of mind where he can make a knowing and voluntary waiver of his rights at this time. So let's say he was in custody, for example. They would hold him until he can possibly be rehabilitated to where he can make a knowing or intelligent waiver, or they would have the court clinician take a look at him and examine whether or not he's mentally competent to waive his rights. And so I say that to say, I think those people from TMZ caught Kanye in the middle of a mental episode and somehow convinced Kanye to go on their show and make a fool out of himself. Why? Because it was good for television for them. And that guy, whatever his name is, the black dude who jumps in and looks like the savior when he comes at Kanye saying, "Oh, I find what you say very disrespectful." To me, he's nothing.
Yeah.
He's nothing more than the slave catcher, because he knew that man was having a mental episode, and he let them bring him there so they can slaughter him. Basically,
Yo, the fact that they put it out the day of the release of that Charlemagne interview, like that interview came out, and then TMZ put out just the clip of him saying 400 years. It's like, I was like, yo, the whole TMZ to me is the devil, period, yo. I don't fuck with none of their links, yo. I don't click on none of this shit. I'm being serious.
I think everybody protested some shit.
Dispo, you saying boycott TMZ and fuck with Kanye's.
I'm not saying boycott TMZ, but I'm saying, first of all, I don't even watch TMZ. You got to look at what TMZ history is anyway. Like, take the Ray Rice situation. Yeah. I don't excuse what Ray Rice did, but that they showed an edited video.
Yup.
They didn't even show the real
she spit
video.
on him.
So that alone shows you that they're all about the ratings and making something look a certain way. Yeah. Do you think if Kanye West was in his right state of mind, had his guards up, was mentally alert, they would have wanted him in that studio? I'm telling you, somehow, some way, they caught him in the middle of a mental episode. I want people to know that mental health issues are real. I've seen it in court. And I'll give you an example. There's a case where this woman is very articulate. If you speak with her about coffee, flowers, whatever, she can hold a very intelligent conversation. And she can express herself very well. However, she doesn't understand why it's wrong to have dog poop all over her house while we're taking her dog because her dog has an infected eye and because it's unhabitable living conditions for her animal, and how that's animal cruelty. She can't grasp that concept, but she's brilliant with everything else. That's the result of mental health issues. And see, a court clinician or a clinician, any clinician who speaks with her is able to gauge, she doesn't get it all. She doesn't understand all concepts. She can connect some dots, but there are important dots she can't connect, and there's certain things she can't put together. And I'm just telling you, watching Kanye West in that interview, I can tell he was in one of those states. And TMZ's wrong for what they did to him. They exposed the sick man. And so for that reason, I do think it's overblown.
Wait, can I respond to that with a question, though?
Respond.
So if that's the case, and, you're chucking it up to mental illness, why are his colleagues saying that they don't fuck with him? Like, why are his friends who honestly, I think the whole shit is calculated too. Like the leaked text message between him and John Legend and all these other celebrities that are coming out speaking opposition. I think that this is all. I think it's all fake. Like, I think it's all bullshit. But like, people who know him that are close with him are not saying that I'm worried about his mental health and his mental state. Like will.i.am, Janelle Monáe, like they made statements like, I don't play that, like I don't fuck with that, like that was offensive what he's saying. So why isn't anyone coming out and speaking to that people that know him speaking to the case of his mental illness then?
Well, I just gotta say, one, you're talking about a community that doesn't really believe in mental health in the first place.
Thank you.
When you start talking to black people
think,
about mental health issues, they think that that's not real.
But we all saw that he went to a rehabilitation center. Like, it's publicly known that he had a breakdown like in the middle of the tour.
I would say that's all proof to suggest he has mental health issues.
Yo, the fact, if you listen to the TMZ interview, he literally said like, yo, I popped a 911 because I know you guys are going to look at me like I'm crazy. He literally says it. Like, so I'm like, right then and there, he's telling you he's literally on drugs at the very moment.
Yes. And here's the thing. And that's my point. I originally just heard the statement, but being the person that I am, I don't just hear something and listen to the context. This guy is having a mental episode before my eyes, and they're loving it. And they're loving it. They're not stopping him. This guy said, I got liposuction. I got liposuction because I
knew y'all were going to make fun of me.
Say about me. You think that's something a healthy person is going to admit to and say, especially someone of his status? And I want to bring something else to Kanye. Kanye West is not the most articulate person in the world.
Clearly.
He's
not. Of course not.
Look at his history. Even when he said George Bush doesn't care about black people, you can see it building up. He's emotional. He just reacts. He just says things. And even when he said that, he didn't really sound like the brightest person in the world, right? But look at his lyrics on Can't Tell You Nothing. The drama, people suing me. I'm on TV talking like it's just you and me. I'm just saying what I feel, man. I ain't one of the Cosbys. I ain't go to hell, man.
Yeah.
He's telling you, like, yo, bro, I know I get emotional. I don't always know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not I'm not the most educated person. He's a college dropout. That's the name of his album. All I'm saying is,
but I'm just throw one little piece out there, one little nugget. Yo, his mom's was a Afro-Am studies professor though, so that 400 years slavery shit should have definitely not come out his mouth. That's how I knew he was crazy. That's how I knew he was crazy. I was like, because your mom's, if she was alive, would have slapped your shit.
Michael Jordan is arguably the best basketball player to ever play the game in some people's eyes. His sons didn't even make it to the D League. So, like, just because your mom teaches Afro-Am studies doesn't mean you're going to be an intelligent person or whatever, or that gene's going to be passed down. Realistically, I think his statement is very ignorant. It's very insensitive. I think that statement was very harsh if it came from a white person, if it came from a clear-minded person. But when you look at that interview in its entirety, the fact that he was saying certain things like, I popped a pill for, and I was on opioids. I got addicted to opioids. I got liposuction. This guy's having a mental episode, bro. And I just think as people in the black community, we got to do a better job of rehabilitating our brothers and sisters instead of just disowning them every time they make a mistake. We're talking about the same guy who was on TV and said George Bush doesn't care about black people. At the VMAs,
during Katrina.
Took the mic and said, I'm going to let you have your time. But Beyonce had the greatest video of all time. We're talking about a guy who's done things to stand up for the black community. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt and hear him out when he's clear-minded. And if he still says some dumb stuff like that,
then protest that nigga album.
Then protest him. That's all I say. Like,
I rock with that.
Yo, but hold on. Before we end the segment, though, I just like to say, shout out to Dre, his dumb ass. thought that shit was profound what Kanye said. I was like, God damn, this nigga just morphed back into the cool nigga. I don't give a damn about slavery.
I don't give a damn about slavery.
Shout out to the real or fake, yo. Well,
Yo, and one other quick thing.
You get me off.
what's up, Sheen?
Just made me forgive Kanye.
Kanye has like.
Yo, Cheens, don't panic, dog.
No,
Forgive
I'm not
him.
gonna panic. I'm just gonna make
Forgive him.
I'm just gonna make a point that Kanye has like kind of peppered little problematic statements in his lyrics. The one thing that rings over and over is like, "My bitch makes your bitch look like precious." I felt the way when I heard
Yeah.
that. I definitely felt the way that
That's
when I heard
fucked
that.
up.
No
Just
one's
putting that out
perfect,
there.
man.
That's fucked up.
Just
I
putting
just
that out
wanna
there.
But that
No one's
bar was kind of
perfect.
tough, though.
Hold on.
That bar's tough.
I came in your Bentley back seat, skeeted in your Jeep, and left condoms on your baby seat. Who said that? Jay-Z, but Jay-Z actually was hired by Hillary Clinton
Yes.
to perform at one of her shows, right? Don't get me started on Jay-Z's misogynist lyrics.
No.
But somehow everybody's okay with that though.
I wasn't cool with that. I wasn't
Yes,
cool with the eat the cake line. I wasn't cool. There's a lot of
Condoms
Jay-Z
in the
shit that I-
baby seat is 100 times worse than my chick makes your chick look like precious. And the fact is, he really slept with Nas, the mother of Nas's child.
Yes.
He really slept with her. He put that on wax.
But Jay's not gonna be like, yo, that shit sounds like a choice to me.
Listen,
You know?
shout
Jay
out.
also isn't having a mental episode because his mom is dead and you don't have his dad. Well, I'm just saying the guy's mentally unstable. I'm not going to sit here and
Yep.
say his statement wasn't one of the most ignorant things I've heard
Yep.
all year.
Yep.
Right? But I'm not going to act like and also ignore that I saw a man having a mental episode and people taking advantage of that for ratings.
No,
I'm not
I
gonna
agree.
ignore that either.
I can agree with that.
I agree with that
I can
100%,
agree with
yeah.
that,
So, Sheens, forgive that black man. He don't know no better.
Rehabilitate Kanye. Don't hate him.
It's not the black woman's
Rehabilitate
responsibility
Kanye.
though. That's between y'all black men to work out. I'm done.
Oh,
Hey,
I'm done.
no worries.
that's that black
All right,
feminism
listen,
for y'all.
I'm gonna tell you like
That
this.
black feminism
It's,
for
it's
y'all.
all, it's all, it's all division.
I'm not going to turn my back on my people
yeah.
because
Bars.
all like we're gonna get into
Yeah.
the cop who shot Mr. Gurley,
Yeah.
his people protested on his behalf,
Yeah.
and in our community, like I said, we're the only community that can allow the media to make us hate LeBron James, make us hate Floyd Mayweather. Why? Because
Yeah.
they're their own boss. We
Yeah.
let the media tell us to hate our own people, and we don't
agree.
ask why.
I agree.
We don't look for the setup.
That's
we don't
right.
look for nothing.
That's
I
right.
They just tell us hate LeBron, so we hate LeBron. They tell us hate Floyd, so we hate Floyd. Oh,
Yeah, man. You gotta leave some of these links alone, yo.
all right.
But I think that
Gotta stop clicking.
I think the media manipulates that because like it's within like black culture to like roast each other.
Yeah, crab
roast
in a
each
barrel.
other roast each other in the way that other cultures.
Yeah, I'm
can't
sure they
and
use
do.
it to their advantage to
Right.
help their agenda out.
That goes deeper because
But-
that's what we were taught back in slavery days. But
Yeah.
But look, that's the real or fake. That's the real or fake. That's the real or fake.
Yo, shout out
Shout
to my man D for being more articulate than the God G.
There you go. There you go.
I be saying that shit. Y'all niggas just don't listen to me.
Shout out to the real or fake, man.
What's up?
Make sure you like, comment, share. Let us know your thoughts. Jump in. All right. It's You Panic. UPANICD.com. It's You Panic.